Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We're across the pond in England this week, and two teams are hoping to show off for an international audience. It's the Cardinals going up against the Bulldogs.
All right, we appreciate it, Larry. It's our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the London Bulldogs. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And that one results in 35 yards. And an alley to run. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back more. Again, it's Fournette. Shifts by him. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on third down.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football.
Looking for Austin, intercepted. Budda Baker with a pick, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, surprise, surprise, partner. No, we know it's not a surprise. When you try to complete a pass against this Cardinals defense, there's a reason that they are known as the no-fly zone.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They go play action now. Wilson. His throw caught at about the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it? It
certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early. Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. He'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think there he had to come off of his primary receiver in a big way, just trying to get it to a secondary guy, unable to get that play completed.
Checked down, but didn't even have enough time to do that. Incomplete. 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
Here we go.
They'll set up a throw. And able to find Green. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. He got 29 yards that time. And now a first down following that long gain. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there. And even 50 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So 3rd and goal. The defense in the dime.
Can still bring pressure.
Let's go.
Here's Fournette, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Hoping now to get back in the end zone on his 4th possession. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he's got some space here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. It's a 1st down. Ready to go now in the 2nd quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football, and they've got it here with a 1st down. Shift together here from the D-line. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now Wilson on 1st down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
And I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They stay on the ground on 1st with Johnson. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, Johnson. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Going to give this time to the tailback. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave them with a long 4th and goal.
Now I wouldn't be surprised if they go for it. 3 points is not ideal. It's not what they want, but it's still only the 1st half. Take the 3 points and move on.
And Murray's kick is up and good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. They'll run it again with Fournette. And some room to roam now. Avoids him at the 40. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
He'll let it fly for Austin. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. On 3rd down, Fournette. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Remain here in the first half. Back to more NFL action on EA Sports after this. And some options here for the offense on 2nd and 2. Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Anthony Hitchens coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. On 3rd down, Wilson. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Let's go!
On second down, here's Fournette. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And this offense on third down today, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's Ryan Quigley now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try to play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. He's fumbled already once, Charles. I'm not going to say that was in his mind there, but I'm sure that looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DeAndre Hall. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Tyrell Williams as the first half is winding down. And his guys are able to make this a close game again. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the second quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well. So what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the second half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it? Absolutely. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going. Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And here now the offense heading back out there. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission? Typically what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there. See how that recipe works. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. They'll toss it to Fournette. Oh, a nifty juke there. Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3. That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense. He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't. No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield. And that'll set them back 5. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Next round! Next round! Ohio! Ohio!
They're going to look to throw. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Here's Ryan Quigley now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. Here comes the D swarming to the line. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Here's Brad Nordman now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now Austin. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time. Fournette, a first down carry. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And now he spins, and he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great effort there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And in this rain, they were nice and cautious there on the extra point try, and that caution was well warranted as this game is tied. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. See if they stay on the ground for second down. From the shotgun, Wilson. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. The Cardinals on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
I know they want to go for it here, and I know that their fans want them to go for it, but listen, I'm going to play head coach right here and look at the facts. Tie game, plus, even if you get the first, you still got a half a field to go. I'll go ahead and punt the football myself.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. Well, that's one of those in-between spots where you like to rely on analytics. Did you like the decision to go for it?
Frankly, I did because, you know, I'm an aggressive guy. But that the analytics and the old school go by your feel, that's got to marry up a little bit better because that one felt like an analytics call that someone didn't have confidence in. You know, normally this coach, I think he would have punted the ball.
Yeah, calculated risk. It didn't work out.
Let's go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
Welcome back now here in London. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle yourselves.
I like that. Yeah. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
And here now it's 2nd and goal, ball on the 7-yard line. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Tie game, 4th quarter. You're already in the red zone, well in field goal range. You can't throw a pick there.
And you know I want to give all the credit to the defenders, right? I mean, they made a play on the ball. But bottom line, you set up the situation perfectly. You've already got the field goal in the bag. You've got to make sure you take care of the football in that situation.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed. And that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
Now Wilson from the gun on 3rd down. And he's got room. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. That goes for a gain of 31.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a deep. Off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Nelson, the man in motion left. the play fake. Here's Wilson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Robert Quinn. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. The Cardinals on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. Wilson to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Nortman on to kick as he sends it away. Here's Austin. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now back out comes the offense. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. In a tie game, 4th quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now this offense about ready to take over again. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Here we go. Ohio.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw. And that's caught inside the 35. And they rattle off a big one. And even 40 yards.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Let's go. Ohio.
He's back to throw. Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. That one goes for 24 yards. And now the Cardinals going to use another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Come on, let's go. What?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. They'll come out in the pistol. 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Back to throw. And this this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Defensively now, one more play to stop. What are they looking for?
You want to take away their #1 running option that you've scouted and take away their #1 receiver and see if someone else can beat you.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. Well, Charles, the four...